If you build it, they will come. It's the hopium-laced motto that gets every crypto developer out of bed in the morning. I'm kidding, but it is true. First, devs build, then people adopt, and then the magic happens. Crypto prices go up. So if you want to know which cryptos are likely to see big gains in 2025, you should ask where crypto devs are building right now. And you're in luck, because today we're taking a look at a new report revealing who's been building the most in 2024. The devs are cooking and we are getting hungry. My name is Guy. Let's dig in. So our report today is the 2024 Crypto Developer Report, and it's the latest installment of Electric Capital's annual effort to quantify who is building what and where in crypto. If you aren't familiar, Electric Capital, or EC, is one of the top crypto venture capital firms with investments in the likes of Consensus, DYDX, Eigenlayer, Kraken, Monad, Near, and many more. Now, in most other industries, analyzing developer activity this freely is simply not possible because the code is not public information. But, as EC points out, crypto is almost uniquely open source, making it possible to measure the developer value creation flywheel in an unusually transparent way. There are, of course, notable exceptions. Companies like Coinbase, Binance, and others own very large private code bases which are invisible to EC and therefore not represented in its developer report. This is important because it means that whatever impression the report gives about the overall scale of developer activity in crypto is a significant underestimate. And speaking of estimates, we should touch on the report's methodology. As you might have guessed, it entails looking at the crypto developer community through code commits. Now, this approach could lead to overcounting the number of active developers if care is not taken. This could happen if, for example, code that is copy-pasted or submitted by automated bots is counted. So to avoid any such overcount, EC actively filters out development activity of this kind. It identifies and removes from its data bots that are committing code and any commits that are forks from upstream projects. EC also collapses developer profiles into single canonical entities if they're likely to be the same person. Further, it removes certain repos that tend not to reflect active developers, such as data lists of coins, tokens, assets, grants, and so on. And lastly, we should point out that the report covers the period from January to the 1st of November 2024. This is important to keep in mind because the amount of crypto developer activity taking place may be influenced by market conditions. The 1st of November 2024 is an interesting cutoff point for the data contained in this year's EC report because this was almost exactly when the party restarted in the crypto market. During November, the total crypto market cap increased by 44%, breaking its previous all-time high. By early December, BTC had smashed $100,000, making headlines all over the world. We suspect that these market milestones will be reflected through an uptick in crypto developer activity post-November 2024. If this is true, then the current state of developer activity is more bullish than what the current EC report is going to indicate. Then again, we're not going to sit around twiddling our thumbs until the next edition of Electric Capital's report is released at the end of 2025. We can learn plenty from the period January to November 2024. So, let's get started.
Hello, it's me, Guy's cousin Barry. I'm very sorry to be interrupting this no doubt fascinating video, but I want to tell you about the Coin Bureau deals page, so listen up and listen well. Alright, this is the place where you will find all the amazing promos and discounts what you, as Coin Bureau viewers, are entitled to. So don't be a mug, go and check it out using the link below. You'll find discounts on hardware wallets, you'll find exchange sign-up bonuses, some of which are absolutely bleeding mental, and you will find trading fee discounts there as well as a whole load of other goodies too. And let me tell you, old Barrington here, he's had to hammer the dog and bone all bleeding day and night to get you these promos and discounts. So you're welcome, thank you very much, go and have a look pronto, or I'll have to come and have a word. Alright.
Now, there's a recurring theme across many different metrics in this year's developer report, and that's diversification. If we were to condense all 219 pages into a single word, this would be a strong candidate. Developers are more widely dispersed than ever, both across the globe and the crypto ecosystem. So let's start with geography. Globally, crypto development is shifting towards Asia and emerging economies. The US is still home to more crypto developers than any other country, but its share of the global crypto developer population is in a sharp long-term downtrend. And this isn't because of any global crypto dev exodus. The total number of crypto developers in the world is down 7% this year, but the number of established developers, meaning those who've been in crypto for 2+ years, is at an all-time high and up 27% year on year. No, it's not just because other countries are cranking out new crypto devs at a faster rate than the US. The report makes this very clear with a comparison of the global dev distribution in 2015, the year that Ethereum was launched, and in 2024. In 2015, 82% of all crypto developers were concentrated in Europe and the US. But now, 1 in 3 crypto devs is from Asia, making it the #1 continent in the world for developer activity. North America, meanwhile, has slipped from 1st to 3rd place. South America and Africa are home to only 11% of the world's crypto developers. Now, while this might sound small in absolute terms, their share has almost tripled from the 4% it was back in 2015, whereas North America, Europe, and Oceania all lost ground since then. The report also breaks down the distribution of new developers onboarded to crypto each year by continent. The time series shows how Europe and North America have been slipping since the late 2010s. In 2024, just 19% of the new developers onboarded to crypto were from North America. Meanwhile, Asia's share reached a new high of 41%. If that sounds like North America is crumbling into irrelevance, just remember, though, that the population of Asia is almost 5 billion compared to North America's 618 million. Now, if we take a more granular look, we can see which countries are carrying their respective continents. The answer is obvious in North America, but perhaps less so in Asia. The continent is crypto's biggest rising star, but really, this is a story about India specifically. Back in 2015, India ranked 10th in the world for crypto developer numbers and had just 1% of the world's devs. 9 years on, India is second only to the US and is home to 12% of the world's devs compared to the US's 19%. The figure in the US is down from 38% in 2015. If this trend persists, then India is going to flip the US at some point in the next few years. The report then compares which ecosystems command the greatest developer share by continent and country. No prizes for guessing first and second place. On every continent, Ethereum is #1, followed by Solana. At the country level, we start to see a little more divergence, though. India is a notable exception where there are more Solana devs than Ethereum devs. This is likely because of the cost factor. Ethereum's fees make it much more expensive to develop on. If ETH fees can feel prohibitively expensive to users and developers living in the wealthiest countries, well, they're probably a deal breaker for comrades in emerging economies. Now, it's in 3rd place after Ethereum and Solana where things get really interesting because it's not a foregone conclusion. Very different chains take 3rd place in different countries. For example, Near has a remarkably large developer population in Canada, where it is only narrowly beaten by Solana. Then there's Base. Base is one of 100+ Ethereum Layer 2s, and it's not even 2 years old yet, but it's already the 3rd most popular ecosystem for active developers in the US and India. This is quite an accomplishment and might sting a bit for other Layer 2s and Layer 1s that have been grinding away for much longer and enjoy much less traction. Well, that, my friends, is Coinbase money for you. Meanwhile, India's own Polygon is the 3rd most adopted ecosystem by developers in the UK, and British computer whiz Gavin Wood's Polkadot is the 3rd most adopted by devs in China. Well, the grass is always greener on the other side, I suppose. Anyway, the report also shares a global snapshot of the number of new developers by chain. Ethereum looks very healthy here, attracting 6,456 new developers to the mainnet and its L2s in 2024. This, though, was second behind Solana's 7,625 new devs, but it was admittedly an extraordinary year for Solana. In July, Solana became the first ecosystem to onboard more devs than Ethereum since 2016, amid peak pump.fun and meme coin mania and much doomsaying about utility tokens on Ethereum. A few months later, Aptos actually achieved the same feat, but only during a brief spike in new developer activity that coincided with rock bottom for Ethereum's new developer numbers. Now, once again, it's who comes after Ethereum and Solana that is of particular interest. Who could it be? Bitcoin? Aptos? BNB chain? The answer may surprise you. The chain with the third largest cohort of new developers in 2024 was Internet Computer, with 2,155 new devs. However, on the graph in the report, Internet Computer actually appears to be in fourth place. The entry above is none other than Other, with 3,383 new developers. This is a striking indication of how fragmented crypto's developer landscape has become. The graph here consists of 40 distinct chains, where the bottom ranked had just 98 developers. This suggests that Other is a grouping consisting of blockchains with fewer than 98 new devs this year. Other accounted for 3,383 new developers, and since 3,383 divided by 98 is 34.5, we can infer that this grouping consists of no fewer than 34 chains. We suspect the true number is considerably higher. Now, behind Other and Internet Computer, Aptos, Bitcoin, Sui, Near, and Polkadot claimed more than 1,000 new developers in 2024. The same is true for Base, Polygon, and Starknet, but as they're Ethereum Layer 2s, their new dev counts were already included in the 6,456 new developers who joined Ethereum in 2024. Now, to get a fuller picture of where devs are currently cooking, we have to account for those who build for more than one chain. The number of devs building for multiple chains is on the rise, adding confluence to the theme of diversification in this year's developer report. In 2015, just 10% of monthly active developers were building on more than one chain. In 2024, this had risen to more than a third. As we've been saying for a long time, the future is multi-chain. But of course, multi-chain devs are not created equal. EC breaks down the distribution of developers by the number of chains they worked on in 2024, with intriguing results. 12% of developers worked on 2 chains in 2024, 4% worked on 3, 2% on 4, and just 1% on 5 chains. However, the trend reverses here. 2% of devs worked on 6 to 10 chains, and 15% worked on more than 10. This bipolar distribution is likely helped by the network effects of the Ethereum virtual machine. The EVM and its smart contract programming language Solidity are used by many blockchains outside of the Ethereum ecosystem proper, like Binance's BNB chain, Avalanche's C chain, Phantom's Opera, now Sonic, and others. The report lays bare the dominance of the EVM tech stack, which is used by almost 9,000 monthly active developers. This is 3.6x bigger than Solana's SVM tech stack, which is used by just 2,500 monthly active devs. The tech stacks of Polkadot, Cosmos, and Move, which is used by Aptos and Sui, all languish far behind. But what do we have here? Once again, there is an other grouping of tech stacks that collectively account for thousands of monthly active developers. In fact, it's neck and neck with EVM. This again tells us that there is an enormous fragmentation of blockchain developers dispersed across many minor tech stacks. The other grouping has maintained around 9,000 to 10,000 monthly active devs since early 2022, while Ethereum's lead has waned. This suggests to us that the trend towards fragmentation is not going away anytime soon. But anyway, back to EVM. Now, there are hundreds of EVM chains that together form an extended development ecosystem populated by devs capable of building on many, if not any, of them. It's no surprise then that almost 3/4 of multi-chain developers work on EVM. The percentage of EVM cross-chain developers has quadrupled since 2021. Considering the sheer number of EVM chains, it's remarkable to learn how much of new code logic, or in other words, code innovation, occurs on just one chain. And guess what? It's not the Ethereum mainnet. Instead, the most popular chain among multi-chain EVM deployers is now Base, which has managed to leapfrog all of its fellow Layer 2s. A quarter of all new code logic among major EVM chains appeared first on Base, making it the #1 site of EVM code innovation. And impressively, EC found that developers who deploy on Base tend to stay there. So, why is that? Well, we're no developers ourselves, but we don't think this is because Base is technically superior to other Layer 2s. After all, it's built on Optimism's OP stack. As far as we can tell, it is indeed the Coinbase effect that we have to thank for Base's dominance. Base's integration with existing Coinbase infrastructure and the access to massive resources, mainstream users, and liquidity that this all entails make for a winning formula. These benefits are arguably more important than any technical consideration for developers choosing where to build their projects. Like I said, that's Coinbase money for you. Now, the remainder of the report is overflowing with titillating tidbits about progress in zero knowledge, the surprising resurgence in NFT minting, and EigenLayer's inauguration of the restaking sector. If you want to DYOR on these details, you can find the full report in the description. But I think we've seen enough to draw some important conclusions about what all these devs cooking are going to mean for the crypto market and for our portfolios. With so many shiny coins and new chains flying around, it can be easy to forget that the best players are sometimes staring you right in the face. To find out where you might want to place your bets, it might be as simple as asking where most of the development is taking place. Don't be too shocked, but it turns out it's Ethereum and Solana. As long as they remain far ahead of other ecosystems for developer activity, we can expect their critical mass to attract and retain users, liquidity, and TVL. These metrics going up is typically associated with an increase in price of the associated cryptos, so Sol and ETH. Of course, smaller ecosystems and their native cryptos will offer greater returns in many cases. But having seen how crowded the field of minuscule competitors to Ethereum and Solana is, the risk associated with betting on any one of them is hard to ignore. Put simply, they lack the critical mass necessary to reassure us that they won't just lose mindshare and fizzle out at some point. We're quite confident that ETH and Sol will trade higher a few years from now. We can't say the same for their countless comparatively tiny competitors, no matter how hot they might look at this particular moment. Some competitor ecosystems will produce future majors that dramatically outperform, but based on current developer activity, it's hard to say with confidence which will have staying power and which will fade away. There will be a time when some of them break from the pack and become runners, and if you're subscribed to this channel, you certainly won't miss when that happens. But based on current developer activity, you can get all of the risk and reward you could possibly want from the Ethereum and Solana ecosystems alone, without the same existential risk that comes from putting your money in alternative ecosystems that lack critical mass. If you want to go further out along the risk curve, well-established altcoins on Base or Solana are likely to make for good beaters if you choose wisely. Of course, this is easier said than done, and if you jump off the deep end and start trying to trade the flavour of the week on pump.fun, well, then no amount of Solana dev activity is going to save you. As always, consider your time horizon, your risk tolerance, and market conditions. Ethereum and Solana might be solid bets, but perhaps not when the market is racing to new all-time highs and almost everything else is pumping more in percentage terms. Not financial advice, just common sense, right? Be careful out there. Okay, now, are we underestimating the developers on your favorite chain? Will Aptos ever flip Ethereum again for new developers? And how different would this whole picture look if we could see developer activity on private code bases? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want the lowdown on what a lot of crypto developers are very excited about these days, then check out our latest video on AI agents over here. Okay, that's it for today. I'll see you again soon.